I would like to do the chai cup challenge on this motorcycle also. Alright YouTube, finally the Duke 125. It's been a long time, I've been waiting for this test ride and today only I'm getting it. Okay, let's roll. Wow, nice it is. You never feel like you are riding a smaller capacity vehicle? Definitely not. The only time you feel that it's a 125 is when you hardly ring the throttle and you don't get the throttle punch of a 200 or a 250. Otherwise, yeah, brilliant. It's happily revving into the core. Really nice. And I need to tell that it's way comfortable. It doesn't make any kind of rattling noise or not giving any kind of vibrations to the body. So let's ride for some time and I will talk about this then. So to give you an idea about the riding posture on this motorcycle, it's exactly same as the Duke 200, but still I'm explaining how it is. You have a completely upright riding posture where you can hold the handlebar really comfortable, not so much leaning onto the front but a little bit of angle towards the front, that's all. And the foot pegs are rightly beneath your butt, not in front of you, neither back of you, but rightly underneath your butt. So this gives you a feel that you are much more in an aggressive riding posture when you compare it to the other 150s, 160s. I'm pretty sure that those who are watching this video doesn't want me to review this motorcycle or compare these motorcycles against other 125, okay? I mean, I don't know what all the 125cc motorcycle that you can see. Definitely it is competing with the 150, 160 motorcycles that you see in Indian market now, and definitely I need to say that this has enough punch to smoke some of them. I don't tell everything because R15 version 3 is there, hold my word over there. So yes, definitely keeping the R15 version 3, this could compete with all other 150 and 160. And you be a tall rider or a short rider, no problem, you have enough leg room. You can see that the one good advantage with this model of Duke, the 200 and the 125, is that it looks slightly bigger from the front side with all this kind of fairing, but you have enough space here to keep your leg. I think the Duke 250 needs some fuel. So when you see with my height, I feel like I slightly have a completely planted foot on both sides, and I need to say that no, I don't have completely planted foot. You see there is a small gap, a 1 centimeter gap underneath my heel on both sides. So it is slightly a taller motorcycle when you take it onto an average Indian height. And I'm having an amazing time with this motorcycle. So actually the tank capacity is not so impressive, the same that you get on the Duke 200 also. The mileage figure is expected to be somewhere from 38 to 42, averaging on 40, which again I feel like, yeah, when you compare it with the competitors, 150 to 160cc won't be a nice deal. And the prime reason you should look onto this motorcycle should not be mileage, it should be performance and fun. Now you could ask, what is there with the 125 for a performance? If you have that question in your mind, then you are underestimating this motorcycle, because it's definitely more than a 125, it's slightly more than a 150 also, I could say that. So that's with the mileage part. And the service cost is free service. You need to pay around 1,100 to 1,200. The reason is because the labor charges are free, but the engine oil is damn expensive when it comes to KTM. Looking from a 150cc point of view, okay, because the engine oil itself will cost around 1,100, that's what I heard, and totaling to 1,200. So a paid service after that, when you are gone with your all your free service and all, you have to pay around 2,400 rupees roughly per service, which is once in 6 months or 7,500 kilometers, which is a bit way ahead than any other 150cc motorcycle. And yeah, suspension is slightly tighter, which gives you a good confidence while cornering. And the engine is vibration free. It is actually a linear power delivery. It's a 125cc motor, so the power is certainly linear, doesn't have anything to freak you out. So this could be that bike which your mom and dad told last year that if you could get a KTM Duke version which is not intimidating. So this could be that version. So the chassis remains same and the weight also remains the same with the Duke 200. I was expecting that this motorcycle could go a little bit less heavier than the 200, but I got to know that it's same as the Duke 200. So to talk about the gear shift, as usual the KTM, it is butter smooth. You don't feel like you are shifting the gears. Clutch feel is typical KTM, slightly onto the tighter side, but what I feel is that this clutch won't give you much of a tiredness during your city rides, because you have a taller gear ratio. So that means being in the third gear, you can just roam around in the city. You don't have to shift so much in the city. So even though the clutch is slightly onto the tighter side, don't worry about that. You could comfortably ride in the city. And the braking on this motorcycle is just amazing. The reason is because you get the same model brakes from the Duke 200, which is simply amazing. You get a single channel ABS, which is like a good feature. I always prefer dual channel ABS, but still, looking in the segment, having a single channel ABS is wonderful. It's nice. And the tires, man, that's what I loved in this motorcycle. 110 in the front and 150 in the rear, because you have a lot of options in rubber to play with according to your choices. Okay, whether you're looking forward for a longer tire life or you're looking for a corner friendly motorcycle, so you have Metzeler's, Pirelli's, everything which is available in these sizes for fun oriented, and you can have Michelin, MRF and all those tires for longer life. And with my chest weight, this mirrors are okay. I mean, you could see what is there behind you, but it'll be a little bit difficult to figure out what is there right next to you. Otherwise, no problem. The handlebar actually feels a little bit shorter. The same feeling I had during my ride on the Duke 200, because you don't have bar and weights, so you can install if you want. That's what I feel. I'm pretty sure that you, being a beginner, this won't slips out of your hand and all. Okay, going through some bad patch of road now. So as I told, the front suspension is slightly stiffer. Wow, it rings like the same Duke 200. That's what I liked about it. And I need to say that the color scheme that you see on this motorcycle, personally my feeling is this looks much attractive. But I know that if you take this motorcycle into your college, and people might call you like, you are riding the cheapest Duke among them and all. I need to say that first of all, this is not the cheapest Duke. This is not at all cheap in any manner, looking at the price point of view or on the quality of the material which has been used. But if you feel that you have that kind of a disappointment with yourself, what you could do is take off all the stickers, put the 200 stickers. Nobody will identify, except those who are geeks on the KTM could identify. But once you're caught, it's gone. Okay, don't blame me. But yes, you can have an option of pulling off all the stickers and putting the 200 stickers on there. So on road, this is coming 1.5 lakh. So that's, some people take it with a pinch of salt. The reason is because there is no other 125 which has been sold at this segment. In the beginning I told, if you are looking for a 125, it will hardly cost around 80k or something in Indian road, where the performance difference is like day and night. But on this, I'll tell that you might be spending a little bit more on the 150 and the 160s that you see in the market. But if it is worth, if you want something like this. So let's see the power delivery. First gear I didn't took it hard. You will feel that the gears are really tall when you get an open stretch of road. One good thing which I'm finding about this motorcycle is you can downshift with rev matching. I mean, I love to do that, okay? And you won't get to do that on every other 150cc motorcycle. You see that? It just dips into the corner like anything. Come on, let's see. Let's overtake this car and see how powerful it is. So I need to say that the vibrations are minimal. I would like to do the chai cup challenge on this motorcycle also. So let's do some off-roading. Okay, I was just checking whether the rear tire will lock easily or not. Yeah, on this kind of gravel, yes, it locks a little bit fast, but it's understandable, not at all a problem. Yeah, that's why you need a dual channel ABS. So let's see who has to buy this motorcycle and who need to consider this motorcycle. So if you are a beginner and looking for a KTM and you are slightly intimidated with the power of the Duke 200 and you want something in 150 to 160cc but still you want some amount of aggression, here you go. We have this motorcycle. It's wonderful. And if you're someone in that already in the 150 to 250cc range, I think you won't be having much of a fun on this motorcycle, except the fact that you will feel a little bit happy while riding this. It's a good buy. You can have it in the city. It smoothly delivers the power. You can use it anywhere. But only one thing is you cannot touch the highway. I was trying it hard on the top end. I'll make you clearly what exactly it is. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gears are like very aggressive. It is like the KTM gear itself. You have the power. But the 6th gear is almost like the stupid person that you have ever met in your life. That means the 5th gear will give you the complete aggression and power. It pushes on to the 6th gear at 95 and close to 100. And the 6th gear is like, now what? Now what I need to do? And the 6th gear just maintain the speed. So it's the motorcycle for the city use. Much enjoyable to ride in the city, to filter through. It's much lighter, but not for the highway. When you hit the highway and you have somewhere say more than 200 kilometers of ride, then possibly you hit the highway, you're gonna start thinking about your philosophy of your life, because that's the reason it just take away the fun when you shift it to the 6th gear and start cruising in that gear. Otherwise, absolutely brilliant motorcycle. It sounds really nice. It's like the KTM Duke 200. So that's it with this review. I hope you liked this review. So if you have any doubts, put it down in the comment section. I always reply to your comments, and as always, show some love in the form of likes and comments. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.